Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is x to the power of 3 plus x squared. This is equal to 1 over 8. Now what is the value of x? Let's provide a solution from here. So this is x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1 over 8. The first step is to multiply both signs by 8. Let's multiply both signs by 8 so that we simplify 8 and 8 here. So this is 8 times x to the power of 3. This is 8 x to the power of 3. Then plus 8 times x squared. This is 8 x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. Now we can express 8 x to the power of 3 as 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 3. Then plus 8 is 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. Now, we have 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 3. Then plus, we can express 2 to the power of 3 as 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. 2 times 2 to the power of 2, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. Then multiplied by x to the power of 2, this is equal to 1. The next step is that 2 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 and 2 to the power of 2 times x squared. This is in the form of a to the power of n multiplied by b to the power of n, which can be expressed as a multiplied by b raised to the power of n. Applying this exponent property, we have here 2x raised to the power of 3, then plus 2 multiplied by 2x raised to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. Since 2x is common here, then we can let 2x be equal to k. Now let's substitute k. Let's express this equation in terms of k so that we have k to the power of 3 plus 2k. This is equal to 1. Now the next step is to take 1 on the left hand side so that we have k to the power of 3 plus 2k. Then remember this is k squared, so we have 2k to the power of 2 here. So we have 2k squared minus 1. This is equal to 0. Now we can express 2k squared. This is the same thing as 2k squared is the same thing as k squared plus k squared. K squared plus k squared is 2k squared. So this is minus 1. This is equal to 0. Now this is k to the power of 3 plus k squared. So this means that we have two parts here. From the first part, k is common. So that is k to the power of 2 is common here. So we can factor out k to the power of 2. K to the power of 3 divided by k squared. This is k. Then we have plus k squared divided by k squared. This is 1. So we have k squared into the parentheses k plus 1. Then plus k squared minus 1 squared. This is equal to 0. Now we have that k squared minus 1 squared. This is actually the difference of two perfect squares expressed as a squared minus b squared. This can be expressed as a plus b multiplied by a subtract b. So here we have k to the power of 2 multiplied by k plus 1. Then plus, here we have k plus 1 multiplied by k subtract 1. This is equal to 0. Now, k plus 1 is common here, so we can factor out k plus 1 into the parentheses. This is k to the power of 2, then plus k minus 1, cross the parentheses. This is equal to 0. Now, we have what two parts here. We have k plus 1. This is equal to 0. Then we have k to the power of 2 plus k minus 1. This is equal to 0. Now, here we have that k1, this is equal to, let's take plus 1 on the right hand side. So this becomes minus 1. And then we have the second part here. This is the quadratic equation where we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c, this is equal to negative 1. Now, if you recall, we seen that we let 2x be equal to k. So from the first part here, we can substitute 2x. so that we have 2x, this is equal to negative 1. So if you divide both signs by 2, this means that we have the value of x1, this is equal to negative a half. So this is the value of x1. Now, the second part here, we have a quadratic equation, which is k to the power of 2 plus k subtract 1, this is equal to 0. Then we have the value of a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c, this is equal to negative 1. So we can solve for the value of k by applying the quadratic formula here, which is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2 times a. So this implies that k is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of, now this is b squared is 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, then times c, which is minus 1, divided by 2 times 1. So this means that here we have negative 1 plus or minus, we have the square root of 1 squared, this is 1, minus 4 times minus 1, this is plus 4, then everything here divided by 2. Now we have that k, this is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 4, this is 5. So we have the square root of 5 divided by 2. Now we have two values of k. We have k1 is equal to 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. And then we have k2, this is equal to negative 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 2. Now, again, if you recall, we have seen that we let 2x to be equal to k. So this is to mean that we have 2x, this is equal to negative. This is equal to, here we have negative 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. And we have 2x, this is equal to negative 1 subtract square root of 5 divided by 2. Now, let's divide both sides by 2 here, or rather we multiply by a half on both sides. So this is 2x, this is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. So let's multiply by a half here, and also here we multiply by 1 over 2. So this means that x2 is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. Then the second part here, we have 2x, this is equal to negative 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 2. So let's multiply both sides by 1 over 2, and also here we multiply by 1 over 2. So this is to mean that here we have x3 is equal to negative 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 4. Now we have that the square root of 5, this is the same thing as 2.2361. So this is to mean that x2 is equal to negative 1 plus 2.2361 divided by 2 divided by 4. This is actually equal to 4. And this is equal to 0.31. So this is the value of x2, 0.31. Now let's solve for x3. x3 will be equal to negative 1 minus 2.2361 divided by 4. And this is equal to negative 0.81. So this is the value of x3. Now we have three solutions here. We have x1, which is minus a half. x1 is minus a half. Then we have x2, which is equal to 0.31. Then x3 is minus 0.81. Now the next step here is to check. Let's check if these values of x satisfies the equation. Now let's check if these three solutions here, x1, x2, and x3, if this satisfies the equation. We have x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2. This is supposed to give us a value of 1 over 8. So we have x1 is negative a half raised to the power of 3, then plus negative a half raised to the power of 2. This is supposed to give us a value of 1 over 8. So this is negative a half to the power of 3. This is negative 1 over 8. Then plus, this is minus a half to the power of 2. This is 1 over 4. This is supposed to give us a value of 1 over 8. Negative 1 over 8 plus 1 over 4. This is 1 over 8, which is equal to 1 over 8. So the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And this proves that x1 satisfies the equation. Let's check x2. Now x2 is 0.31 raised to the power of 3 plus 0.31 raised to the power of 2. This should give us a value of 0.125. And this is 0.0298 plus 0.0961. This should give us a value of 0.125. So here we have 0.1259, which is equal to 0.125. Let's check x3. x3, which is equal to negative 0.81. We have a negative 0.81 raised to the power of 3 plus negative 0.81 raised to the power of 2. This should give us a value of 0.125. So here we have negative 0.5314, then plus 0.